it's goodbye to the elevator music.
Welcome to Tales from SYL Ranch. I appreciate you taking the time to watch my video, and I'm Bill Stone. Now, if you're a longtime viewer, welcome back. I'm glad to see you. If you're a new viewer, well, welcome. I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to watch me. Now, if you're a longtime viewer, you know that virtually all of my content previously was weekly live streams that could run in excess of 3 hours. You'll also know that these streams would run the gamut of me talking about reviews, talking about current events, and interacting with my viewers, which I very much love to do. It was a lot of fun for me and sort of an experiment to see if long-form videos and ultra-detailed reviews could reach a very wide audience, and it didn't. While I am immeasurably grateful to my dedicated audience who tune in every week, it simply wasn't something with a mass appeal. And after the streams were done, they were much too long to be approachable for later viewers, and in fact, videos between 8 and 12 minutes seem to be the best on YouTube, as that falls within the average person's attention span. So to make all this worse was my mom's condition. She was worsening more than a year ago. She was dying of Alzheimer's, and I was her primary living caregiver. And she became too unpredictable for me to be able to schedule anything because she might need my assistance basically at any time. At the same time, I am early Gen X, born the first year of Gen X in 1965. And because of this, my lower back arthritis, that every male on my paternal side of my family, going back at least 5 generations, has suffered from, means that I really can't sit in front of a camera for 3 hours every single week. Now, my mother passed away last February, almost exactly 10 months ago, and I'm, in addition to getting her estate all taken care of, which, by God, you have no idea how bizarre that turns out to be, I started wondering about what I was going to do with my channel. I thought about it for quite a while. Now, I originally started my channel to cover and review science fiction, fantasy, horror, superheroes, and other related genres. But unfortunately, at about the same time, the woke invaded our fandoms. This made it impossible to do just sci-fi because the fascist ideology they push and their attempt to control your very thoughts caused me to veer into politics a lot. So, what do? Well, I'm breaking up my content. Now, I have always had this little pipe dream that maybe people would want to contribute videos that would be shows of their own, but branded as the Tales from SYL Ranch program. So one night, I said to myself, Self, these woke fascists need to be dealt with on a show all their own, so why not just create a show devoted to politics and put it under the Tales from SYL Ranch brand? Self, I replied, that's a damn good idea. I could do a show about politics, I could do another one about sci-fi, and then I could do a live stream, say monthly, where I could talk about pretty much whatever. So after talking to myself for a while and consulting my pseudo-producer, the marvelous Mugatu, I decided to break my content into multiple shows, all branded under the Tales from SYL Ranch brand. Now, one of the things I'm terrible at is editing. All of my videos are made in a single take. What I'm decent at, however, is opening titles. So if you have been watching this channel for, already a couple of weeks, you know this opening title already. Now, this is the first individual show that I've created that's branded under Tales from SYL Ranch logo. It is the Free Thought Frontier, and it'll be devoted to discussion of politics and current events from a libertarian perspective, specifically my own, because I often disagree with other libertarians. As an example, just a small one, I disagree most with the bunch of libertarians who go around protesting topless, as if protesting and showing off your breasts in public is the most pressing socio-political problem in the world today. But I have many other disagreements with the libertarians, which will become clear as time goes on. I have already made 2 videos for that show already. You can see them. There is a link in my description box to them below. This is the second one of the shows that I'm producing. Timeless Odyssey will be devoted to news and reviews of science fiction, fantasy, horror, superheroes, and other related genres. Now, don't expect the normal sort of review on that channel. While they won't be extremely long-form reviews as I've done in the past, they won't focus on what you might imagine. Don't expect anything mainstream. The reality that we as fans must face is this. All of our beloved franchises have been totally destroyed, burned at the altar of wokeness. Star Trek is dead. Star Wars is dead. Doctor Who is dead. Indiana Jones is dead. The MCU is dead. Comics, as a medium, are dead. They are all dead, and they are never coming back. It is time that we as adults assume that this is the way it's going to be, accept it, and stop whining about it. And to that end, I'm going to bring you things only that are good. And in the modern era, these things are only being made by indie production companies or fan films. And much of the time, they're shorts rather than full-length films. Now, I don't yet have a video produced on that show, but you can expect one in the very near future. And in fact, I can tell you exactly what I'm going to review first, so you can take a look at it for yourself and see if you agree with me, because I stumbled across this sucker on YouTube, as I often do. It is a film called UFO, and it's from 2018. And there's a link to that in my description box. Please go watch it. I think it's a good movie. This little gem stars Alex Sharp, Ella Purnell, David Strathairn, and Gillian Anderson from The X-Files. And it's a relatively brief watch. It's only 88 minutes. Again, please go feel to watch that. Now, my last show is going to be my live stream. This show, The Late Late Stardate, will be a monthly live stream sort of free-for-all. It'll run the gamut of pretty much anything I want to talk about, anything my viewers want to discuss. I discovered that after listening and watching to the comedy of one Karen Morgan, a Gen X comedian, that I actually have some interesting Gen X stories to tell. About what I did as a member of the last feral generation. So I may talk about and tell some of those stories from time to time. I will figure out a regularly scheduled time slot for the show, but you are certainly welcome to suggest one. The main caveat is I don't want a time slot that competes with big name streamers. If I try that, my potential audience, which is them, will be watching the mainstream producers instead of me. So if you've got a time slot suggestion, drop it into a comment. Now, I can tell you for certain that the first live stream will be on New Year's Eve at 11 p.m. Eastern Time in the U.S. Depending on my back, I may attempt to keep the stream live through midnight on all U.S. continental time zones. But I ain't promising anything. I'll be live for Eastern and Central time zones, even if it kills my back. But after that, it's all going to depend on how my arthritis is doing. Now, in addition to all of that, I have my second channel, the Tales from SYL Ranch Dark Room. And this channel is where I post AI-produced, upscaled, and remastered clips from films and videos and series and stuff. Now, they're generally sci-fi, fantasy, and superheroes. It is, by the way, I'm very proud of this, it is where you find the best versions of the 1940s Fleischer Superman cartoons in existence. There is nothing out there that has done it as good as you will find there. It is not quite as good in most cases as you would have seen in a movie theater because there are imperfections in the prints that I try to deal with, but it is the best you will find in the world. There is none better in the entire world. Now, there are a couple of full-length films up there as well, but I can only post public domain films. And as it is, a lot of my uploads, if I try, sometimes they're blocked due to copyright, and they're almost always copyright reassigned, which I have no problem with. I didn't make them. All I'm doing is running it through some computerized stuff to make it look nicer. Now, I've not uploaded videos there for several months. However, I have accumulated in the months that I have had a rather large library of clips. So I'm going to start to have lots of these to choose from as I start ramping up my channels again. So I hope that better explains what I'm about to do. If you have any ideas as to how to make things better, I am eager to hear it, and I always try to listen to my viewers' input. If something sounds like a good idea, I will definitely embrace it. If you like what I am doing, I urge you to like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and share me on social media if you must. Do leave comments on my videos. I do not engage on social media. I've talked about that on the Free Thought Frontier about how that is bad. I use it solely to publicize my videos. In fact, I suggest that you don't even share my videos on social media unless you can't help it, because you shouldn't be there. I pointed it out. It's bad for you personally, it's bad for society, and it's bad for civilized discourse worldwide. I suggest that you share my videos the old-fashioned way, by telling people about them in person. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time on the Late Stardate, the Free Thought Frontier, and a Timeless Odyssey. And I'm Bill Stone.
Ultimate power in this world has always been one simple thing: the control and manipulation of minds.